We are back on MorningLine. Thanks for joining us. Nick Barris here. This is our programming director. Yes, programming director at News Channel 5. Mark
so official.
How long have you been here?
Since 1986.
1986.
30 years.
He's seen a lot of TV in that time. Thanks for coming on today. Mark's on with us, Mark Binda, to talk about the new season for CBS. It's the fall season. They've got some new shows. We showed you one a moment ago, Kevin and Can Wait with Kevin James. We've got another one before we get to our phone calls. And the line's open if you want to ask a question about our TV on Channel 5. Bull, tell us about that and we'll go to the clip.
Bull I'm excited about because I think this is the one out of all the shows that's really going to be a hit for us. It's Michael Weatherly, who just left NCIS after 13 years, played DiNozzo. He is now playing basically not a lawyer, but a trial consultant. And this is actually based on the early life of Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, before he became this TV guy, what you want to call him, actually did this for a living. He was a trial consultant. He actually helped Oprah back when Oprah had that lawsuit against the Texas Beef Council was suing Oprah.
That, right.
And that's, I think, where she found him involved in this. So he's not playing Dr. Phil, but he's playing a character like Dr. Phil used to be. So he works with lawyers and with, accused people to try and pick the best jury and to predict how the jury's going to go. And it's following NCIS, so the people who like Michael Weatherly on NCIS, I think, will really like Bull. And so I think it's got a perfect lead in, and then NCIS New Orleans follows that, so it's kind of in a nice hammock position.
I wonder how it'll be with the niche of the viewers, because when I saw the trailer on it, it really caught my attention because we do gavel-to-gavel trials here on the Plus. And what I took from it is he's essentially a jury consultant, you're right, who is there trying to evaluate. And who's on your jury, as you've seen in some of our trials, is crucial. And I remember talking to many of the attorneys involved in these trials about how they went about voir dire and selecting a jury and trying to get a jury or choosing members that might be favorable to either prosecution or the defense. And it is an art. And if you get the right jury, boy, you win.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing. And and I don't know how. I guess this is accurate, but it's scary how much information they actually have on the jurors.
Oh, it's stunning. It's stunning. And a movie that from several years back, a Grisham book,
The Runaway Jury.
Runaway Jury, and the jury consultant, kind of Gene Hackman, I think, played that role or something like that. And yes, Hollywood puts its spin on it, and TV will, but this is a real thing. These jury consultants, and they're paid a lot of money to deliver, hopefully, a jury that's favorable to their client.
Right.
So let's take a look at the clip real quick here.
Brandon Peters, son of tech billionaire Pete Peters, is being arraigned on murder charges.
Accused of the murder of Alyssa Yang, her body washed ashore.
My client will be vindicated.
Our system says a man is innocent until proven guilty, which means the jury is by the same rules.
If the cops arrest you, you're guilty of something. I believe in our system.
Here.
Tell me he didn't bring his lawyer.
His 5 lawyers.
I hate lawyers. Can you help my son? Absolutely.
The jury starts with a preconceived idea of the truth. We don't guess at that.
Dr. Bull profiles every juror, their behavioral patterns. It all gets plugged into a matrix that is scary in its predictive efficiency. Dr. Bull knows how they'll vote even before they do.
I don't want to see this army of lawyers again. Just you and her.
You can't control a trial like this.
You can't. Rule number 1, the client is the enemy.
Your clothes, your hair, it's all a code.
They're not going to convict me because of my haircut.
93% of all communication is nonverbal. You've been testifying since day 1. This case could come down to one juror. Tell me about her.
Bess Johnson, 43, divorced, a son, AJ. She has a bumper sticker that says the system is rigged.
Wow, that's cynical.
How do you know it's her?
How do you not know?
You're a con man. What you have in con, baby?
I love you, man.
You stole his Rolex.
Do you want us to bug his watch?
I hate surprises. Did you kill Alyssa?
You're supposed to be on my side.
I may be the only one who is.
Ms. Yang, did you know your daughter was a drug dealer?
I just don't like this lawyer. Misogynistic jerk.
I'm so hungover.
We're losing.
All right, it's interesting watching this. It makes me feel a lot of different ways knowing it's Hollywood, okay?
Right.
And there are consultants out there, but hopefully most jurors are good-minded people. They're going to base it on the evidence, but it's true.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you go in the
good show. I
background.
mean, you know,
It's interesting.
it's kind of there's lawyer show, legal show people, since L.A. Law and people like that about the Good Wife, the trial stuff, and then there's a bit of a whodunit, like if he's not the killer, who is?
So
kind
is
of
he
thing.
a good guy or a bad guy? Is he representing the slime bags, getting them good juries, or is he trying to? Do you know?
Well, and I don't want to give away the pilot. I mean, so I think that's going to be an interesting
That's my
twist.
question. That's
I mean,
why I'll watch.
because is he going to be getting? That's my problem with How to Get Away with Murder, because essentially she's getting people off the hook every week, and so it's hard to do that and make it a likable character too, sometimes.
It looks good. It's an interesting show. I think I'm with you on that. I think people will check it out. Listen, let's take a few calls, and again, it doesn't have to be about any of the shows we've shown. We've got a couple more clips. Maybe we'll hit you up. But if you have questions about programs, let's start off with Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Hey, Brian. What's on your mind?
Hey, the amount that they have to do, like those, the daytime talk shows. So what you're saying is, he said those are syndicated, but they're played on specific channels. So they don't actually have to play those. They can play what they want. Because I know they have to play prime time, the news, and from 7 to 10, and then in the morning from 8 to 9. But during the daytime, could they come up with original programming? Or I know original programming is expensive, but how much original programming can they do? And I think with Tennessee, I like the wildlife show. That's more of a hunting one, but I'd like more of like a pet show for like dogs and cats, and raccoons and groundhogs and.
Well, yeah, he's probably talking, at least on the Plus, because he watches here, Southern Woods and Waters. But, yeah, maybe explain about that, because it's interesting. Some people will say, I can watch Ellen here on CBS in Nashville, but in some other TV market, because it's syndicated, Ellen could be on ABC or NBC.
And Ellen is on a lot of NBC stations around the country. So, for example, Rachel Ray syndicated, so we program that 9 o'clock time period, Ellen at 3 o'clock. Generally, everything between 3 and 5 is typically a syndicated show, or if you program locally. It's great to have local programming. That's why we've done Talk of the Town for the last 35 years at 11 o'clock.
Is that one of the longest, is it as far as we know, longest running
I don't know if it's
program?
the longest. I know that there's a show in Buffalo that's been around a really long time. There may be some others, but
it's right up there.
Clearly up there. I mean, 35 years is a long time.
Okay.
So
we choose where we purchase the syndicated program, and we choose where to place that in a lineup. Correct?
Sure.
And you can move it around, or you can decide that show's not doing so well, we won't re-up with. Remember, a long time ago, Oprah, wherever she was, got huge numbers. Remember,
numbers.
But to buy, keep in mind, you're buying. Syndicated means we're buying these programs, or whoever bought Oprah were they paying a fortune?
Oh, they're paying they're paying a small fortune. I mean, you show like Oprah in this market might have been $30,000 a week.
Wow.
So the hit shows like Dr. Phil and Ellen, A Wheel of Fortune are going to be, pretty expensive compared to some other things. So at some point, sometimes maybe it does make sense to produce your own local programming.
I mean, I think we might see more of that as a trend, perhaps. Certainly Scripps, which owns us now, is interested in doing that kind of thing.
Scripps is interested in producing programming for the group. So we have 24 TV markets. So, rather than buying a Dr. Phil in 24 markets, could we take that money and create our own show to put in our 24 markets for a lot less, and hopefully, do similar numbers.
With the size of Scripps, it would almost be a mini network.
Sure.
Mini network, which I think is great. That may be the future of TV.
And it's really, I think, what you're going to see a lot of the big TV groups do.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll pitch some show ideas.
I think you should.
I might just do it. All right, let's go to Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Cindy. Go ahead.
Hey, I just want to let him know you're my favorite program, and I can't wait to see Talk of the Town today with the chicken.
Thank you. How about them apples? Thank you, Cindy. You are very sweet, and she is a loyal viewer, and I really value her. Appreciate that.
I think it's a great concept for a TV show. We'll call it Farmer Nick. And he's
making his chickens and bees.
Farmer by day, muckraking journalist by night, and he has the chickens go in the car with him. Like maybe the chicken runs the camera. The chicken is the MMJ.
You'll have to check it out today. I guess Mark's telling me. I knew it was this week on Talk of the Town. Meryl came out, and we made eggs.
Okay.
This truly farm to table.
Cool.
Just check it out. So thank you, Cindy. It's very nice of you to call in and share that. Listen, we'll take a break. Mary, if you're on hold and others, stay there. The number 737-7587. If you have a question about one of your favorites, what about Touched by an Angel, darn it?
Yeah.
Okay, Touched by an Jag. Come on, these are favorites. Walker, Texas Ranger.
Walker, you could put that on today and it would do a number.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I mean, old school, some people saying, what show are you talking about? Hey, they were big hits in their day. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more of your calls and more of the upcoming new shows in the season for CBS right after this.